Hey there, everyone. So it's late at night again, and I just wanted to thank everybody for all the help that you've provided for me. I'm beyond thankful. I just signed a lease. It's in this little town in Vermont. You know, it's a little place. It's like 600 square feet, but it's big enough for me and my girlfriend. You know, she was happy with the space, and we get a mountain view. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, I did not expect. I kind of expected it to me having to walk outside to see it, but no. There's a patio where you can just look at the mountains for $700 a month. Holy shit! Now I was able to negotiate this because, see, the thing is, I don't really make any income outside of Patreon. Yeah, that $57 a month that I make on Patreon is literally my only income right now. I hope you guys realize that. So, yeah, it's just to be clear. If you want to support the channel, that would be the place to do it, because that's literally my only income, and that's the way I can actually, like, prove to people that I make money. I also do, like, freelance work on the side, but that's a little harder to prove. So, like, if you like my channel, that would be the way to do it. You can also be a supporter on YouTube. That's also an option if you prefer it that way. But yeah, so I have to depend on my girlfriend's income, and my girlfriend receives SSDI from the government, right? That's the kind of disability you get if you get enough work credits, right? That's the kind of disability I would be eligible for if they believed I was disabled, but I'm apparently not disabled, even though everyone I've ever lived with is like, you're super fucking disabled, what the fuck? You know, whatever. I hate it. I hate bureaucracy. I hate the Kafka-esque nightmare that we live in. But I'm stronger than that, so whatever. But yeah, this place is great. And what I did was I negotiated with the landlord. Basically, they have not been able to rent this place out for months. Like, I mean, months and months. I think it's been on the market for... Apparently, it's probably been on the market for at least a year. And I can kind of understand why, because they were asking for, in my opinion, way too much money for the space. Like, I understand the housing market really sucks right now, but, like, it's really bad. And I basically managed to, negotiate with them and pointing out, like, look, we're going to be in a really bad recession soon, and we are offering you 2 additional months up front. Like, pretty please. And, when you did the calculations, it was technically 30% of our income utilization, and they're like, all right, here's the lease agreement. So we really scored there. And it's everything's functional, right? Like, it's a dinky place. All right, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's definitely, like, it's kind of funny because my girlfriend's never rented a place before, so she's like, oh my god, this is, like, amazing. I'm like, it's really not, but it's very functional. It works, and it's definitely something that we can make very, comfortable. It's not like I mean, there's fucking illegal apartments in New York City that are more expensive than this, and they're underground and death traps. And this meets code. Everything works. The only thing the only thing that was broken was there was one of the stovetops was fucked up, but everything else seems to work. We've already taken photos of the whole place. We obviously did that, but yeah, for, like, it's a steal for $700. And the neighbors are really cool. I like all of them so far. They're just really chill people. And yeah, it's just a nice place where we'll be able to, like, focus on our work. She's trying to get into a master's program, which is hard when you're a trans historian right now. And, here is me, and I'm trying to do all of these projects, and yeah. And one of the projects I wanted to do, I was going to announce this before, but then all this lease stuff came up. But I want to make a video game. I don't want to reveal too much about this video game. I've talked about it a little bit in my server, but it's basically a kind of like JRPG style game, but like I want to make certain mechanics based on schizoanalysis, right? And it's a game. It's a game. Obviously, it's a Guattarian game, but it's also a game about Guattari, right? You know, it's gonna really. It's basically a game about a schizophrenic person who's trying to make his movie, and then this process causes the whole world to get schizophrenic, right? And I know it sounds like really vague, right? But I've been actually working on this idea for like a year now, and I'm finally at the position where, I've been just kind of like waiting for things to settle down, so that I can take like a day or two to just kind of like start working on the waterfall structure for designing the engine for this game. So like, for those who don't know, waterfall design is when you describe all the parts, right? Just all of it, all in full detail before working on it, and then you implement it exactly to code, right? And the reason why I want to do it this way is because, I feel like that way I capture everything that I want, and I know, like, basically on an abstract level what functions, what doesn't, right? Which will allow me to focus much more on like the design of like actual game element implementation later down the line, instead of worrying about, oh great, why is my engine not working again? Like, I feel like an iterative agile approach would be really dumb for like a game engine, or like not the game engine itself, but like the like core like factory that I put the data through that creates the game, if that makes sense, right? So, but yeah, I've been cooking on this for a while, and I know I pretty much know what I want to do with it now, and I've been just kind of waiting for things to settle down a bit. And now I just kind of blown away by what I've managed to score. And this is on top of already scoring a really good vehicle. So one of the things that I did to try to avoid, to try to help my girlfriend, see, like, we both were going to be homeless, and I was just like, let's just try, combining our resources and finding something. We're dating anyway. Like, let's, we've been kind of hitting off on and off. Let's just try to move in together. And so what happened was, she has money, and I have negotiating skills, and I know how to, figure out, value propositions and stuff, right? And with a friend, actually the subletter just is my friend, right? And she knows a lot about cars, and she helped us locate on Craigslist a really well-valued 2005 Toyota Highlander. And I got to tell you the story about this. This is like crazy, the deal I got in this thing, right? So I bought this thing for $5,200, right? And then we had to pay a dealer's fee of $300, so it was really $5,500, right? But it's still really good for a Toyota Highlander in good shape. Like, if you want a Toyota Highlander in good shape, right, of 2005, you're gonna be looking at maybe like almost $7,000, so $7,000, right? That's kind of like where it's at, right? So I basically got it for like almost $2,000 off, because you got to consider there was the dealership fee, right? And you're gonna have to pay that regardless of what vehicle you buy. And so, like, I actually got a really good deal on this thing, and I was, with that, at that price, I was assuming there'd be some trouble, right? Like, it's a used Toyota, so it's like, okay, I kind of look at it like an investment, where not a monetary investment, but like a functional investment, where it's like I keep putting stuff into it, and it provides more and more value, because these things will last if you take care of them and spruce them up. I've had a Toyota in the past. It was a Camry, and it's from 2001 Toyota Camry. And if you know anything about 2001 Toyota Camrys, those things rocked. It was a V6 too. It's a fucking beautiful ass car. That was the one that my ex totaled in the DUI. Yeah, you better believe I was pissed. And like, I get it. She was sad about it too, because she liked the car too. But like, it wasn't her car, It was my car, and she was the one who ruined it. So, yeah. What the fuck? But yeah, now nature has healed. I have this Toyota Highlander, and yes, I did pay. I paid $500 for that Toyota in 2016, the Camry, and this Highlander I purchased for 10 times as much technically. But it's in great shape, and we were like, well, okay, what's the catch? It's like it runs really well. The mileage is relatively low for a 20-year-old vehicle. It's like 168K, which is really good. Everything's in good shape. So what's the catch, right? And then my girlfriend is like digging through the paperwork, and it turns out that like this Toyota was traded in at a Tesla dealership, which like I don't feel bad for that person at all, but you lost a shit ton of money, you idiot. Like, this is a great car, and you traded it in for a car that's really expensive to fix anything on, right? And is gonna probably die on you in 5 years, and looks like shit. Find me a Tesla that doesn't look like Garbo. They look like blobs with wheels. Like, they're the ugliest EVs on the market. Like, I don't understand why people buy them anymore. Like, you can get an EV that doesn't look like shit. You look less like a dork driving a Nissan Leaf. I'm not even shitting you. Like, a Tesla just looks... That reminds me, one of my favorite pastimes in Boston was using my cane to threaten Tesla drivers who got a little too close with me. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go and, like, slam the cane on their vehicle. I'm not stupid. But, like, these people are huge pussies who drive these things. Because they literally bought these cars because they don't want to drive, but they still got to go and drive. So they're like, we got to get the car that does 50% of the driving for me. And so, if you have that attitude towards other drivers and pedestrians, you bet your ass I'm going to make you uncomfortable. So I would just like put my cane, like, don't fuck with me. Right? It was a good thing to do with people who, I would do it often with Tesla drivers and sometimes BMW drivers. Because I'm just going to be real with you, BMW drivers. I trust you less around my vehicle than I trust that guy who was driving down I-96, 90 miles per hour in a Chrysler 300 with a bottle of Jameson hanging out the window. Like, I trust that guy more than I trust you because you're a BMW driver. I hope you understand that. Same with Tesla drivers. Tesla drivers are even worse. And they're driving extremely dangerous vehicles. Like, if I see a Cybertruck on the freeway, I'm just like, yeah, I'm staying like a mile away from this guy. I think like every person who cares about their car is like that. Like, not only are they hideous, they're terrifying to drive around because you just don't know if they're gonna like, you never know. So, anyways, I'll probably make a video where I show the dibs after we set up a couple things, make it a little cozier. We're probably not going to move everything right away. We have a storage unit in Boston. Not in Boston, because that's expensive, but like in the Boston area. So we'll have to pick up our stuff, and that's a long-ass drive. That's like, it's like a 3-hour drive from where we live to Boston. So it's like, I really want to minimize the number of trips we do. And so I want to do at least one trip moving in. But we're going to get the rest of our stuff some other way. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for now I closed the fundraiser because, like, we got a place. I'm not homeless. Like, that's fucking crazy how that works out. Like, really, like, in this crazy market, like, I played my cards right and negotiated, and I fucking won. And, I was able to do that because of you guys, and, it's the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And you know what? The thing I love about this is that I really believe it's something that's going to allow me to rebuild my life after all the crazy shit that I've dealt with that just goes on and on. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I really hope you like my next video. I think it's going to be really good. It's about the schizophrenic subject within, you know, not even just the discourse of Deleuze and Guattari, but like also just like in general and within a political context. It's very interesting. I think people will like it.